Hello, greetings everyone. Now lately I've had a few dreams and they normally direct us to a certain thing. Lately my dreams have been telling us to go back to the beginning. So I start studying the Eddas again and the Havmal again. But then I come across something very, very strange. I have this book, which I've told you before, about a guy called Jan Fries. And he writes a couple of books, which I've got most of them. But I haven't really had a chance to read them. Now, in my dreams, it's very, very, very important that they tell us I've got to go back to the beginning. So I sat thinking, and then I read something in the book. Most, well, I'll tell you where I begun with religious wise. I was a big follower of Aleister Crowley and Baphomet. So much so that, I had his statue, and I could tell you anything about Aleister Crowley. He was like, it's everything I read about his, he made a lot of sense. Um, and the more I looked into him, the more I got his personality, and a lot of what he said was very tongue in cheek. Um, anyway, I was reading one day, because I was very much into Wicca and witchcraft and that, and I was reading one day, and it says that Aleister Crowley was a member of the Knights Templar. Well, that's caused a lot of confusion in my mind, because Knights Templar Christian and Aleister Crowley was anything but a Christian. So, with Aleister Crowley being sort of my beginning, this could be what the dreams are telling us, go back to the beginning. So anyway, once I found out that Crowley was a Knights Templar, I started looking into the Knights Templars. So much so I got invited to join, and I moved up the ranks to end up running my own Knights Templar order. Those that want to look up, it's Knights Templar of Chippenham Priory, which I was the Grand Master of that chapter. I was connected to people in Portugal, including the Knights of Christ, who they were directly connected to the King of Portugal. I met members of the Portuguese royal family. I lived in Portugal for a while, all studying Knights Templar stuff to find out the basis of Crowley's teachings. But they were all Christian, and the corruption was unbelievable. Um, so anyway, eventually I got out of that, and I met members of a certain religious group, which Aleister Crowley was the Grand Master of that Templar group. Now then, I decided to join that group. I'm not going to mention its name, it's not important, but it was the group that Aleister Crowley was actually a Grand Master of, the Knights Templar group. And his teachers were anything but Christian. So I started studying them again. And at the same time, I was studying more about the gods. And then I decided to work more on the gods, because it felt more natural to us than follow any group of Knights Templars. But then I come across this book. Um, I don't want to give away any secrets, but that Templar Order I was a member of. So was the author of that book, Jan Fries. Now respect that man's book. I've learned a lot from it. Everyone I've heard about respects that man, respects his work and that. So In fact, he mentions Aleister Crowley and Aleister Crowley's theories, and he uses slogans and certain words here and there that only a member of this Templar order, like Aleister Crowley was a Grand Master of, that only people of that order would know, which maybe remember. I know. I don't have anything to do with that order now because, as I say, I'm totally 100% for the gods. But it just seems it's gone full circle. And that's maybe what the dreams have said. I've got to realise that everything's connected. So I look back at my past where my religious beliefs started really, as an adult, really start coming together. But my Nordic Viking beliefs have been since I was about 7 years old. But you know, it is sometimes good to go back and say, well, why did I become an Odinist as a true? What was the background behind it? And it looks like I've been led down the track. You know, following Aleister Crowley, following the Templars, following the other group I mentioned, back into Odinism. Now I'm reading books that were written regarding Aleister Crowley, which all seems to be a big circle. I'm not telling you all to go and read books of Aleister Crowley or to, you know, I'm not saying he was a brilliant man. He was a very funny man. And when people were idiots and followed him blindly, he took advantage of them. There's a few very funny stories about him, which I'm not going to go into because I'm not trying to promote it. What I'm trying to do is promote the faith and get you to look into why you become Odinists, why you follow the gods. And it's always important to go back and look why, what brought you into this. You know, okay, a film might have brought you into it. Doesn't matter what, as long as it brought you into it. So look back. Remember, everything's a circle. Everything goes round. It's like nature. Everything's a cycle. Winter, summer. And then you got spring. And you got autumn, which the Americans call fall. So you've always got spring, then summer, then autumn, then winter, spring, then summer, then in all circles. And so does life. I've had an interesting trip back to the beginning of my religious life, and I'm re-looking over some of it. So what's the news? Okay, then. Hail to you. Hail there. Hail the old father. Stay safe. Talk to you next time. Toodles.